You absolute legends! After 148 days later, and after having a vote yesterday in the WGA board meeting, the WGA strike is finally over and the WGA have won. This makes me very happy to see them finally getting the compensation and justice that they absolutely deserve. I want to go over some of the details that was agreed upon between the WGA and AMPTP, the ones who represent the top dogs of Hollywood, on what both sides have agreed upon. So let's not waste any time and let's get into it. At exactly 12:01 a.m. PT on a Wednesday, the Guild's leadership has officially authorized its members to return to work during the ratification process of the new contract. Writers have secured the following protection against AI. AI can't write or rewrite literary material, and AI generated material will not be considered source material. A writer is allowed to choose to use AI, but the studio can't require the writer to use AI software. Studios must disclose to writers if any materials given to them have been generated by AI or incorporated AI generated material. The WGA reserves the right to assert that exploitation of writers' material to train AI is prohibited by the agreement or other law. Writers secured another part of the following terms for streaming residuals. Actually, just for streaming residuals, it's just not another, but let's get into it. Studios provide the WGA details of a show's viewership, including total numbers of hours streamed worldwide. For residuals are now based on the streaming service's number of foreign subscribers, a 76% increase. Shows and films viewed by 20% plus of the service domestic subscribers to the first 90 days of release get a bonus equal to 50% of the fixed domestic and foreign residual. E.g., writers on projects for the largest streaming services would receive the following bonus. If it's a half-hour episode, 9,031. 1 hour, 16,415. Streaming movie, 30 million plus budget, 40,500. The writers agreed on terms to ensure minimum staffing in TV writers' room. In development rooms, at least 3 writers, including the showrunner, are guaranteed 10 weeks of employment. Once greenlit, the below shows the minimum amount of writers required for a TV series. Minimum of the writer's room, minimum of the writers, producers, and writer's room, 6 or fewer, 3-3, 7 through 12, 5-3, 13 plus, 6-3. The minimum staff must be guaranteed at least 20 weeks or the entire duration of the post-greenlight room, whichever is shorter. If there was a development room, the 2 writer-producers who work in the development room must be hired for the writer's room. Weeks worked in the development room can be credited against the guaranteed weeks in the writer's room, but development room compensation cannot be credited. Also, studios will have to provide streaming data to the WGA under NDA, of course. They must provide the worldwide total number of hours streamed. The WGA is then allowed to share information with members in aggregated form. And that's pretty much it. And that, in my opinion, is absolutely awesome. I don't know about writers still using AI. I don't really feel comfortable with that, but most of it, in my opinion, sounds absolutely great, and I'm glad that the writers finally got everything that they wanted. Now, even though this is a sweet victory for the WGA, SAG-AFTRA is still on strike, which, here's the thing. This is the most surprising thing. I thought that the actors would be the ones to get what they want first before the writers, but it seems like AMPTP decided to pull a little switcheroo and decide to give the writers what they want first before the actors. Now, I'm glad, and that's awesome, but at the same time, I feel bad for the actors because as far as I know and what SAG has announced, There is no future meeting so far between them and AMPTP, but I will let you know when that does happen. There will be some writers who will return to work, and there will be others, and probably maybe most, who knows. I can't say for sure, but I'll let you know in an update with what's going on, maybe down in the comments or in a video. I can't say for sure, but I definitely know that some will definitely help out with the actors with their strike against the top dogs of Hollywood and AMPTP. But even though that is the case, I'm just glad that the writers finally got what they wanted and that AI won't fully take over full creativity in Hollywood. I absolutely love, respect, and appreciate the entertainment that I have been given ever since that I was a child. I appreciate human creativity, whether it's good or bad. Regardless, I appreciate the mind and imagination of a human being, and most specifically to the ones that absolutely try their best. Even if it's not perfect, even if it isn't cinema, I still appreciate it. I really believe that it is important. There were some things that a certain director that I'm pretty sure not a lot of people like, and some do, Martin Scorsese, that I believe rings very true. And I want to go into that real quick for a moment, if you will. Watching films came out of a necessity from the illness of asthma, and it came out of loneliness, which I still have. It's almost like AI making a film that doesn't mean you don't have incredible directors and special effects, people doing beautiful art. But what does it mean? What will these films give you? It's this right here, and him telling how important cinema truly is, that it shouldn't be replaced by AI, nor should it be constantly manufactured. This is a man who's been doing this for so many years and has loved and appreciate the art and entertainment of cinema. And even though his words are controversial and not a lot of people will fully agree with it, there are some things that he says, most specifically with this one, I absolutely agree. The creativity and imagination of a human being being placed on a big screen, being made by not just the director, but the writers, the actors, the producers, many of the people who help make the movie what it is. It has a lot of value to not just them, not just to Hollywood, but to also to the audience as well too. It's important to everyone. And without it, and without the creativity of the human being, it would just be plastic. It would be garbage. Like, what would be the point of going to see the movies or watching TV or playing your favorite video games or even reading a book if it's just the same old, or if it's just turn out to be shit? I don't really care if you agree or disagree with this man, but I do, because I too appreciate it. And if the writers had failed, and if the MTP and the heads of Hollywood have won, and not only them, but the actors didn't get what they deserve, or even the visual effects, or even the voice actors as well, I would have been done. I would have watched the old content that wasn't replaced by AI, but aside from that, that would be it for me. I would wash my hands all over it and just move on and find something else. Not everything is going to be created by AI, and there will probably be some that will be made by a human being, regardless of however it turns out. But I will appreciate and continue to respect the hardworking men, women, and even the non-binaries who put in a lot of effort to entertain their audience. regardless of however it turns out. As long as they're willing to put in the work, as long as they're willing to share things that come out of their own imagination. Because to me, that has a lot more value than something that's being manufactured or being replaced by a machine. Let me know what you all think about this. I will link what I have shown you here down to the description box below, and I'll see you next time.